What are the 5 daily habits that are awful for our spine? The 5 things I've listed here are 5 very common occurrent things that we all do as humans without even realizing on a daily basis. These are tied back to convenience, comfort, the modern world we live in. Now, it's no secret that the spinal health of the human population is declining, and it has been for decades. And I do believe thoroughly that if us humans wiped out these 5 things, we'd see a giant improvement in overall spinal function. All right, let's get started. The very first one is a posture we've all seen before. We may have even felt ourselves, actually. It is the hunched over shoulders. So what we call this is actually kyphosis, where the thoracic spine has an excessive bend. Now, this can be very common for people who work at desks, office jobs, banks, paperwork, computers. When you're hunched over for 6-8 hours a day, right, that is a very long time. When a problem becomes that occurrent and actually causes biomechanical dysfunction, right, it can actually take a long time to undo the problem and actually correct it, like it took a long time to actually cause it in the first place. So say you're there for 6-8 hours a day, hunched over for weeks, months, probably years if you're there for your entire career, okay? Say you don't do any corrective work to actually fix that root cause, which is the posture, right? To then go back 20 years later and try and undo all of that, it'll take a long time to undo because it took a long time to get you there in the first place. Now look, I get it. It's hard to avoid. We live in a world of convenience, comfort, technology. We can't really avoid this position with the shoulders hunched over, our back curved. If you do have to be in that posture for work, school, other reasons, right, just make sure you're doing the right corrective work to undo what you may have caused that day. Hanging, walking, foam rollers, anything that can really decompress the spine allows healthy moving joints. Number 2 is neck posture. Now, this has gotten more common in the past 10 years than I think at any point in time, which we all know why. The mobile phone, it's a part of our life now, okay? We all got one. It's a part of convenience, work, anything, commitments. The human head is the same weight as a bowling ball. It weighs 5 kilos. For every 1 centimeter our head is further forward, is an extra 5 kilos worth of weight put on the neck joints. It leads to very frequent headaches, but also very poor joint mobility and range of motion in the neck. Next one is sleeping face down. Now, this one can be one that we don't actually realize we're doing because we're not even awake. So this one is actually a really tricky one to conquer and also be aware of too. You have your neck arched up on a pillow, fully rotated. Think of the joints staying in that position for that long period of time. And we're asleep for a third of our lives. You're probably woken up from a really poor sleep posture with a really sore neck. Yeah, you can't turn to the left, you can't turn to the right. I guarantee you, sleep position is one of those things where it can be so overlooked when it comes to just those habits that can cause very, very poor spinal mobility and very severe spinal dysfunction. You can't tell someone, don't sleep face down, because it might be their most comfortable position to actually fall asleep. Even putting your head between 2 pillows and sleeping into that, that's better than having your neck extended and then rotated, elevated on a pillow. The next one is sleeping on your side. Now, this one can be also related to the mattress, but I'll get to that in a second. When you sleep on your side, your lumbar spine or your lower back has virtually no support beneath it. Picture a firm mattress versus a very soft mattress. Which is worse for the spine? Soft mattress by far. I've seen pretty funky and cool pillows that you can buy on Amazon that you can actually sleep with to improve comfort, but also improve spinal health too. Might be worth checking that out. All right, last one is slumping forward in a chair. Now, I can't think of a person on earth that wouldn't have done this. This is so common amongst anyone because, again, it's tied back to comfort, especially in very confined areas, traveling on very long road trips or in very long plane rides where you can't actually get up and walk around and move the spine. The lower back being the most common place for spinal surgery and disc hernias, right? It's very important to be aware of just these little things like slumping forward in the chair that can actually be tied back to that. Now, doing this every now and then won't cause that, obviously, but all I'm saying is these daily habits accumulating over that long period of time can cause these issues down the track. It's just important now to be aware, not paranoid, so we can correct the problem now and then avoid all the spinal issues down the road that will come with these daily habits that can accumulate over a long period of time. It's just important to be aware now, not paranoid, but aware, because those spinal issues can occur down the track with years and decades of degeneration and daily habits that can actually impact our spinal health. All I'm saying is be aware now, correct the problem now, and avoid all of that down the track. We'll be good to go.